floss tube. Okay, I'm going to do a project roll tutorial, and I saw this first when I was at Anna's Quilt Roadies. Stitchy Witch, Audrey, had a project roll, and I loved it. And you can use it, yes?
It's Stitchy Witch 42.
Oh, sorry, Stitchy Witch 42, and I'm going to start coughing. You can use it for your wool applique to hold everything down, or your cross stitch with your threads, or any sewing project you have that, yes. Yes, ma'am.
Your water's over there.
Okay. Except for you weren't supposed to show my prepped piece.
Okay. Oh, well, they didn't see it.
Okay, so the project roll, the tutorial I watched was from Lisa Bonjean at Primitive Gatherings, and I bought her kit, and then I decided I wanted to try my own with my own fabrics, and so this is what I have to use that you need. You need a piece of any kind of fabric, could be cotton, could be, I just had this Pendleton wool, so I wanted to use that. Flannel, because this is what the project will stick to. And then these are, they're actually computer tie cords. Let's see if I can get one out of here. So they come in colors like this. And they're super strong magnets. I couldn't believe it. Lisa was saying how strong these were. I mean, literally, they are really strong.
Yeah, and people have been using them on their stitching pieces too.
Ooh, I can't even get it up.
Yeah, so move on. People have used them to keep their extra fabric out of their way.
So that. And then you also need heat and bond, or you can use steam-a-seam, but don't use
steam-a-seam 2.
Steam-a-seam 2. Lisa was saying that it's too sticky. And then wood dowel, which this one is 1 1/8 inch. And some Alene glue, which I just found out that's the name. I always just called it tacky glue.
In a tube.
No, I said in a brown and gold bottle. So those are the things you'll need. And so we'll start with telling you the sizes that I chose.
And you can choose any size you want, but this is what...
Yeah, you can make any size you want. This piece I cut, this one is 14 by 30. I have a bigger one that's 16 by 30 that I made yesterday. And then you cut the fabric, or in my case, the Pendleton wool and the flannel, both at 16 by 30. And then you have 2 little circles, the size of the dowel ending, with I did about a 1/2 inch more on each side, and you'll see why later. So the first thing you do is you take your flannel, you mark a 1 inch line all the way around the piece, and then you do a fancy stitch down the middle of that line.
And I can edit that part in.
You can edit it in?
The one where you were stitching something.
Oh, okay. So you come out with a piece like this. Now what you do is you put right sides together, like so, and I'm going to stitch on 3 sides, the 2 long sides and 1 end piece.
Just a regular stitch?
Just a regular straight stitch, 1/4 inch, just like you would quilting.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and do that.
Okay, I'm ready and you're not.
You're right. How do you do a knot on this one?
Backwards.
How do you go backwards on this one?
See that thing that says forward or
This one?
backwards? Yeah, but that's going to go forward. Hit it on the top.
Oh, the top?
Yeah.
This
top.
looks like the
That's
bottom.
the bottom. You want the top? Okay.
What's the backwards?
That.
This go round one.
I don't know.
That's the one I use on mine.
Maybe that's what it is, and I just don't know. You have a 780. Right? 780?
Yeah.
I could probably look in the manual, but you could have asked me this prior to the...
Smart.
When I do the embroidery, I make sure the knot thing is off. Okay, all the way around.
On 3 sides.
3 sides.
Not all the way around.
Yeah, ignore Colleen.
So Sister saved me, and then I had a little dyslexia moment. I couldn't remember if she did the magnet long out this way or inside, but it's definitely inside. And so you just go to the edge, and you won't get near this. I mean, you'll be near it. And if you have a problem when you go through this, in fact, if Colleen will video it when we start sewing, sometimes these metal pieces, this magnet will stick to. I just go really slow, and I held it up. She wrapped hers to do it, but I was too lazy. So
okay.
I need to pivot this. Where's the foot?
Are you doing a 1/4 inch? Because you got
I did a little bit more.
That's like a inch more. To the edge.
How do you get your foot up?
One of those.
Foot up. No, it's foot down. Oh, my foot was up.
I think it automatically goes up. I don't.
Mine doesn't do that, so.
Okay, this one's going to be more than a 1/4 inch from the side, but it doesn't matter.
Well, it's over some.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. I'm eyeballing it according to this.
Oh, okay.
So it's starting to stick. What was that? And I just guide it through.
Because it's my needle and she'll get smacked if she breaks it. But what it's going to do is stick to the metal all the way till she passes the magnet.
Why does it go up?
Well, you have to stop. Stop with your foot. Stop. Oh, okay.
Tell I'm not used to your sewing machine.
But basically, you just stop and then go again. Otherwise, you can get a fancy stitch. Okay, and you're going to sew all three
sides.
All 3 sides.
Okay, so now we're all stitched, and we're going to turn it inside out.
Do you need a chopstick or?
Yeah.
Or the Lori Holt turner? Or,
yeah.
I call it the Lori Holt turner. It's a Dritz or something. I don't know.
Oh, but it's what Lori uses?
Yeah.
Okay.
Not turner, but pusher outer. Whatever the term is. Don't push too hard.
Out.
Don't push too hard or you'll have a
right.
Cheryl. Isn't there 3 sides you have to do?
Nope. All right. So I am a messy ironer. I am not good. I should have pressed the seams open because it lays flatter, but I didn't. So you be smarter than me and do that better. So you press it down. What's that? Is that me?
No, it was the filming thingy.
Oh.
Is that how you want it? Make sure that before you turn it,
It's already turned.
I meant before you make sure that's the way you.
Well, it's how it's going to be.
Okay.
They'll be better than me. Do better. And then after we press this, then you're going to top stitch around those same 3 sides. So this is also where you have to be careful up here. And again, I just held it and it's well within the top stitch. Like it starts down here. So the top stitch is going to be way up there.
1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of an inch?
Just right around the edge. So you're going to top stitch only those 3 sides. See, this is what I don't like.
That's what I was saying with your ironing when you iron.
Well, I just can't see it over there. So, wait, let me try.
Well, you have the BenQ light. We could have set it up there.
How do I get my foot up? Let's cut. Up. Oh, brother.
Why do you want the foot up?
Because I want to move that piece of fabric.
There you go. It's up.
I'll make it straighter. Okay. So with her 97 or her 20 foot, I just line it up to this edge. That's how I did my other one.
Oh, okay, that's what, a 1/4 inch there. So when you get to your magnet.
It's a little bit smaller than a 1/4 inch.
Well, I guess it depends where you put your magnet in. We'll find out.
Well, I have this much space. You can feel it. I have right here, this much space.
Oh, yeah.
So there's plenty of room. So I'm not going to break your needle.
Okay, that was the...
You could have waited and let me just do this at home.
You wouldn't have recorded it.
I would have promised.
Yeah, you would have promised. There's a big difference.
I would have done it. If I promised, I would have done it.
Okay, we're coming around to that side.
Oh, brother. Stay down. Okay. Stay down. Okay, this is where I go really slow because I want to watch that. Make sure that magnet goes through till I get to the other side.
Yeah, and the magnet will stick on the metal. If you have a metal sewing machine, it'll be sticking as she goes.
Yeah, and I just guide it through. And she, oh, see how it was sticking back there?
Yeah.
She put fabric over it, but it didn't seem to work very good because the magnet was so strong. Which I'd rather have a really strong magnet.
Yeah.
And have to work with it.
Okay, all 3 sides.
Okay, so now we got all 3 sides top stitched. This side's still open. Magnet on this side, the big side hanging out. And what we're going to do is we're going to turn it back, inside out.
Right side out.
Inside out.
Oh, sorry. Directionally impaired.
Am I right? Maybe I'm wrong. So.
Yeah, because you're going to cut put your stuff in there, right?
Right. So now you have it like this, and I'm going to cut the heat and bond, and I'm going to press it to this side. And once we get to that part, then I'll show you what we do next.
So what do you cut that to? The heat?
Oh, cut it. Oh, good thing you said that. So you don't want to cut it the full size. You want to cut it short because you don't want it into the seam. That's why we did it now. So you're going to cut it. I did mine like just short of this of the fancy stitch.
What does just short mean?
Just on the inside of the fancy stitch. How would I say short?
I don't know, 1/8 of an inch, 1/4. Just inside the fancy stitch.
Yeah, not on the outside of the fancy stitch, on the inside of the fancy stitch.
So how would they measure this? By putting that down and then, okay.
Just measure it. Just measure it. Okay, so now I cut the heat and bond, so now I'm gonna press it on.
Oh, might turn the iron back on.
Oh. Will that take a minute?
No, it just turned off.
So just press it on.
And this one you only do it like 5 seconds or something, because it's the other.
The other side is when you do it longer.
Because you just want it to stick. Otherwise you lose the glue.
And I've done that before.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't think this is stuck good enough.
Yes.
Give it an extra press and then, yep, it's not stuck anymore.
Yeah.
Okay. So then we peel it off.
And throw it on Colleen's floor so that she can say, just like you, Colleen. I call it the Eleanor Burns thing.
And then you turn it inside out.
Right side out.
Right side out. Now you got me saying it.
Somehow this is my fault.
Uh-huh. Always, you're the middle sister. Stick my finger up in there. Clean out.
To make it pointy.
Okay.
Sounds better than stick my finger up there.
All right. So now we're going to press it one more time to get it to stick on both sides of the fabric so that it's nice and smooth. And I found the first one I made, I pressed from this side down, and I found that my outer fabric wasn't as smooth. So I would try doing it from this on the fabric side. So now this one you go a little bit longer, and I use a little bit of steam on this one, although I'm not sure if you're supposed to.
And some of them you are, some of them you aren't.
So I just do it anyway.
This is heat and bond, not steam to steam.
I know. I'm like, they all must be the same.
I guess I should read the directions, but I forgot. But we steamed it yesterday some, and it stayed.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so it'll just take me a few minutes to get this bonded.
I wanted to see you mess up or something, maybe.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Okay, so we all know that Colleen and I are not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So, one thing that I did when I went, oh, this thing sticks to everything.
You're going to use a lot of words.
So I pressed both sides of the fabric for the heat and bond.
Mm-hmm.
And then I kind of, with the wool to get it really flat, I kind of pulled it and stretched it. So I have a little bit extra. So I'm just going to cut it off. Won't make a difference.
To make it all straight.
To make it all straight. Okay, so now we get the wood dowel. Where did I put it? Oh, right here. So I'm going to show you this one on here and how it's going to look. But my husband still has to cut it down. So what we're going to do is we're going to put glue on this.
The Aleene's glue a lot of it.
The Aleene's glue a lot of it. And you're going to make it right. You're going to cut the dowel just the same size from the where you edged your fabric on both sides. So it'll be just a little bit short.
Uh-huh.
And so you're going to glue this down, and we'll show you, but he's got to cut that.
Yeah.
And it's going to roll like that. You're going to keep gluing. You're going to glue, roll. So it's going to end up looking like this. And then we're going to make some edge pieces to put on the end.
So you have one.
So I have one that is pretty much done.
We just have to make the side pieces.
Edge pieces.
So show them how it all.
So do you have some wool? Applique or cross stitch or something?
I don't have anything in here.
Okay, hang on.
Jake from State Farm, say hi. Hi, Jake. Daisy. Hi, Jake. Lincoln, where'd you go? There's no Lincoln. Lincoln? Oh, there's Lincoln hiding in the corner. Hi, Lincoln. Are you hiding from Jake from State Farm? Ask him what he's wearing. Okay.
Okay, so you have your cross-stitch fabric that you're working on and your different threads, and you literally just roll it up. And that magnet's right there, and there's everything.
Cute.
So, and then it's still nice and flat when you unroll it. Everything's in place. Well, if I had wool.
And look at her whip. She's almost got, she does have her tree done.
I have my tree done.
Good slave driver.
So we'll show you the rest of this once my husband
Tomorrow.
gets that.
Yes.
Okay, so we got our alien glue. My hubby cut the stick down, and so he cut it perfect. So it's just short of the top stitch on both sides. So the first thing you do is you just put a bunch of glue just on the top. And I told Colleen I have to get her more glue now because this is the second one.
This is the second one you've made.
And you want to do it, like this one I did a little too close to the edge. You want to keep it away from the edge so that when you press it down, it squishes to the edge.
Yeah.
So then the first thing you do is you put it down.
But it does dry clear when it dries.
Yes,
so.
it dries clear. And you hold it there for a minute. You do it right on, yeah. And then same thing here. You want to go to just before this top stitch. So we're going to glue down here, down this edge. And you want to put a lot of glue. And I'm sure, you know, you guys might have other things you can think you want to use, but this is what they used on Lisa Bonjean's channel. And really,
yeah, to get the real thing, go watch her channel.
Yeah.
We're just, you know.
She's Lisa Bonjean, Primitive Gatherings, or Primitive Gatherings, Lisa Bonjean.
Yeah.
One or the other. And then you just keep gluing and rolling. And you kind of got to hold it there a minute to make it stick real good. And I kind of make it taut. I kind of pull back on it and then push down so that it gets really tight on this side. The first one I didn't do that. I just kind of glued it and rolled it, and it wasn't super tight.
Uh-huh.
So, and then you want to be able to, you want to glue it so that it's over the edge of, oops, I went too close there. Oh man, I'm weak. Or we're running out of glue. So you want to go over this edge about, she said 1/4 inch, but I went further because I just didn't quite trust myself with it.
And then you do it at least one more time, right?
Mm-hmm. One more time, at least. I'll probably do it 2 more times. Oh, that's much better. Leaving it upside down. Well, maybe just that.
That's what you did with your other one anyway.
Yeah, maybe just that.
So like if you have a big mirror or a, you know, something you're stitching that's like a, what is
Mural?
that? Mirabilia.
Oh, mirabilia.
Or a gold
Star?
dimension.
Oh, dimension gold.
Or
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, so then I'm going to make...
Jake, don't eat the bed.
What a mess I made over here. I put the little round... Oh, here they are. So now I'm going to make the ends. So you can see this is where these are going to end up going.
And she's going to stitch them on.
So I'll show you what that's like. This has got to dry overnight at least, I would assume.
Well, you did yours and it wasn't overnight and it dried.
I know, but I think
yeah.
it still needs to dry more. So I'll get these together and then show you how to do those.
Okay.
All right.